Hey guys and gals, let's take a look at Miai's Dragon Jet by LEGO Monkie Kid. Set number 80041 contains roughly 244 bricks. So this doesn't look too bad. So we get two minifigures and what appears to be a jet. And I see stickers. Uh-oh. So here's the back of the box, and with the dark colors, it's starting to turn me off a little bit. And it is compatible with set 80040, so looks like we get to attach it to our Monkie Kid's Mech. It doesn't look too bad. Well, let's head over to the Lego table and see what it looks like in person. Let's start on the left with Ink General. Whoa, he took a topple there. So he's got nice print work for the torso. I like this, if you want to call those his legs, but the print work does continue on to the back. Nice hairpiece, and he's got a flame thing, and his intent is to light up this little cannon here, which has a stud launcher. That's what these black studs on the bottom left are for. I'm not going to put those in there and have to chase those around, but it's a nice little cannon, and it functions too. And I'm taking it, this is probably the fuel for it, so you can probably put your studs in there, which is probably what I'm going to do right now, so he can save those for, later. Well, I can't get it to close, so that's that. And then we have the Ink Demon. It's got a bow and arrow and one of these fist launcher things. His torso's printed just like with the Ink General. Has the undercut tie back. I guess that's their favorite do in the theme. Pretty cool print work for the torsos. And on the right we have Me, I think that's her name if I'm pronouncing that right. She's got nice print work. I like the hair piece and the printing on the legs. Print work does go on the back of the torso. Nice shoulder guards, and she's got herself some kind of a weapon. Not sure if it's some kind of light sword or what, but it's not something we've seen in Star Wars. Now we're going to move all this out of the way here. We're going to take a look at the Dragon Jet. And you gotta love my crude reviews. So first off, we get some studs. You can put them in these two golden stud launchers. So they went out of their way to give you gold stud launchers. So I'm setting those off to the side. I ain't going to risk poking an eye out with those. And this jet is pretty cool for what it is. Sadly, everything on it is stickered. I think there's about 8 stickers in total. Now this piece on the back here can detach, and this is what we could use for a quick getaway or just some kind of quick little hovering device. It just attaches to the back there, so she can ride on to that. And in the inside of the jet here we got a cockpit, so she could sit down in here. Let's try it out and see. Honestly though, this is a really nice theme. I'll save my opinions for the latter part of the video, but let's see here. Well, I guess maybe she needs to lay back or something. We'll see. Maybe she needs to take a nap, but that's about as close as it goes there. No dice. Maybe you have to take off her head or something, but maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. But it's nonetheless, it is cool to look at. And a lot of this stuff does bend and turn. Like this goes up. This is meant to form to attach to the Combi Mech. This is like a little companion to it, and we'll give you a demonstration on that in a bit. But other than that, I'm really satisfied with it. This has got a lot of detail for what it is, and it's bright and colorful too. It's not dingy or gloomy. So let's attach the Dragon Jet to the Combi Mech. So basically what we want to do here, we're going to take this piece here, just detach it, and we're going to swing this out of the way. Now note this modified plate here, this little gold plate. What this does here, this attaches right onto these two clips here. Okay, So what we're going to do, we're just going to slide that right in there. And when you press down, just be careful, press right here, and it'll snap in place. And then this piece here just goes over to the front. Okay, so it wraps right around Monkey Kid's head. Now, this piece here does tilt. You're going to tilt this back here, and it will swing out of the way. Okay, just like that. And then to have access to the stud launchers, we're just going to rotate these forward here. So if we get the box here, it looks just like that. And it took several tries to really figure that out. So that's pretty much how you attach that. And so both pieces are independent. You can play with them both, or you could make this hideous, ugly thing. It looks pretty crazy. It's like something's attached to him. So I'm taking it that, in addition, he can actually fly around with this on and stuff like that. But it's a nice little companion piece for the mech. Now it can get a little bit top heavy, so you may want to hold on to him. As you can see, it kind of jiggles and wiggles around, kind of scary. And then when we're done, we can just fold these back here. And we'll push this back down, lift this up, and then we'll just break it apart right here. And hopefully nothing else comes apart. There we go. And there's the mech. And then here is the aircraft. And we can just take this, place it back in there, and it's good to go. So it's a nice little companion piece with the mech and vice versa. So once you get the hang of taking this on and removing it, it's pretty easy. Now for the review and my thoughts on this set. The build experience. Honestly, it was very pleasant. At the beginning of the build, it started off rather slow because bag 1 contains just these 5 items. So it was a lot of little pieces, a lot of minifigure stuff. And there's a lot of little pieces to put in this set, so you got to put a lot of little pieces together. But the build experience, I would say, it was average to pretty good. So it's a pretty good build. It kept my interest. Build quality. I didn't really have anything fall off, maybe except for the sword out of me's hand. Other than that, it's pretty sound. Nothing flaked off or anything like that. The only downside is the stickers. If this set was printed, it'd be better, but the stickers were probably the only issue that I have with this set. Other than that, I'm really satisfied with the build. Can this be dropped in a LEGO City? It's self-contained as is, so yes, you could. You can put this in a LEGO City. Could you add on to this to make a mock? I'm sure you could. If you come up with some creative ideas, you can probably build more of a theme with this. Now, is it playable? That's one of the big things that I always focus on. Can this set be played with? Yes, this is a functional build. In addition to the 3 stud launchers and the various accessories, everything is playable. So you can put me in the jet, as well as this little craft in the back. So everything here is playable. In addition to play value, it is compatible with the Combi Mech, set number 80040. So as you saw with that, it was easy to attach, as I already figured it out after 10 minutes, but after I figured I got the hang of it. So it is a very good set all around. So if you're really into the Monkey Kid theme, I do recommend this set. It's a nice little addition, a nice accessory set. Now if you're like myself who's into city, or maybe building suburb type stuff, it's probably not really up your alley. So for me, it wasn't really much appeal to this set, but all in all, I enjoyed putting it together. It was a really delightful build.